Hello friends who have joined us right now. We're going to wait another minute to see if anybody else wants to hop on. Good morning, Tad. I hope you are doing well. I love those praying mantids that you are raising. I should be getting some today. Of course, they're not from the black market like the ones that you have. Okay, it is 10:02. We are going to get started. So what you are looking at right now are hermit crabs. Oh, I definitely want some of those, Tad. You can send me them for sure. I'll take anything that you want. I'll send you an email, Tad. So Tad is my friend, and he also works at a butterfly house and insect zoo. So that's what we're talking right now. And he just got some fantastic praying mantids that were sent here illegally. So I'll post, actually there's an article about that, and I will post that on our Facebook page. So if you're interested in reading on that, you totally can. Okay, so right now you're looking at some hermit crabs, and we are gonna talk all about hermit crabs and millipedes and centipedes and roly-polies, because I was up late last night and I was thinking, couldn't sleep. Yesterday during our bug hunt, do you remember that? Was anybody there? So we found a roly-poly and my son asked, how many legs does it have? And I said 10. Roly-polies do not have 10 legs. So I have been beating myself up about it all night. So we're gonna talk about roly-polies today. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Jenny, and I run the insect zoo at Iowa State University, and I'm also an entomologist. So what is an entomologist? An entomologist is a scientist who studies bugs. Now, as an entomologist, we don't only study bugs. We actually get to study the largest group of animals on Earth called arthropods. What is an arthropod? Well, arthropods are animals. Just like we are animals, just like your dog or your cat are animals, but we're much different than arthropods. So arthropods are animals that have bones on the outside of the body. Where are your bones at? Are they on the outside? No, that would be weird. Well, you would also be an arthropod if you had bones on the outside of the body, which could be pretty cool. Okay, so bones on the outside of the body. What are bones on the outside of the body called? Tomato? An exoskeleton. An exoskeleton is a skeleton on the outside of the body. So arthropods have exoskeletons. But what animals have exoskeletons and are arthropods? Those are insects, spiders, tarantulas, millipedes, centipedes, scorpions, shrimp, crabs, and lobsters. So even some of the animals that we like to eat, they are very closely related to insects, and guess what else? All made of the same stuff. So when you're eating things like shrimp, it's just like eating crickets or cockroaches or flies. They're all made of the same stuff. Now, today, we're gonna talk about some arthropods that are not insects. We're gonna talk about hermit crabs, millipedes, centipedes, and roly-polies. Now, last week sometime I did a short little talk about centipedes, but we're gonna bring them back again. We're gonna talk about them again and compare them with the millipedes. So, here we go. I'm excited for this because I get to redeem myself from yesterday's mishap of saying that roly-polies have 10 legs. So I'm gonna turn my camera around here. Oh, you know what? Something exciting was just happening when I came in today. So this is Marshall. He's a Brazilian white-knee tarantula. And do you see this web that he's making? So this is a male. See this web? That is a sperm web. So what he's doing is he's making this, and you see there's an opening underneath here. So what he's going to do is he's going to crawl underneath of that, or maybe he already did. I don't know. This was already made when I came in today. So he's going to crawl underneath of there, and he's going to drop his sperm there on the web, and then he's going to pick it back up. Isn't that so cool? So he's totally ready to mate, and hopefully, see, we've got Mandy here, but Mandy is not mature. So you can see, I know we weren't going to talk about tarantulas today, but look at that. Mandy, she's not mature yet. So I don't know if we're going to be able to mate him or not. But we do have Miko, who also is a Brazilian white knee. So maybe, I don't know, Marshall, maybe we will be able to get you a girlfriend. Okay, so again, that's just the sperm web that he is making. Lots of exciting things happen in the zoo all the time. Okay, here we go back to my little makeshift camera holder here. I'm going to pull that up. How's that yellow paper? How does that look? I don't know about that yellow paper. Last week I had a red paper. I like that better. Of course, all my mats are in the van. All right, check it out. First, we're going to talk about these hermit crabs because they are super cool, and right now they're out crawling around. So I've got 3 of them here because sometimes they're a little nervous, and these haven't been handled as much as they usually are. Oh, look at that guy coming out. So these are purple-clawed hermit crabs, and the purple-clawed hermit crabs are primarily found in the Caribbean Sea. If you have a hermit crab as a pet, it's probably one of 2 species. It's either the purple-clawed hermit crab or it's an Ecuadorian crab. So if you get them from the pet store, that's what they're going to be, one of those 2 species. Now, the purple-clawed hermit crab has a purple claw like this. And hermit crabs are not insects, but they are an arthropod. Look at that cute little face. Aren't they so cute? So crabs are a decapod. That means deca means 10. So that means they have 10 legs, and they have 2 pairs of antennae. That means they have 4 antennae. Look at that. Can you see those 4 antennae? How many antennae do insects have? They have 2. So these are different than an insect. Also, these hermit crabs carry their house on their back. Look at that shell. And it's very heavy. Those shells are heavy. I'm glad he's out walking around. Check out this big guy right here. Whoop. Oh, he just went right back into his shell. Let's see if this guy's gonna come out. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. You can see him. Oh, there he comes. Isn't he so cute? You can see those 4 antennae. Now he uses those to feel around, to smell, figure out where he's gonna go. And he's got eyes that pop up outside of his head. Look at those, right there. They're like little eyes on stilts. Now look at this big claw right here. Do you see this big claw? That's how they get their name, the purple-clawed hermit crab. And that claw is used for defense. So when he feels threatened, he will pinch. But it's also used, look how it fills part of his shell. So it's also to help close off that hole in his shell to protect himself from predators. But most importantly, it's used to help him eat. So he uses that to crack open seeds and the shells of dead seafood that he finds along the shore. And so that's very important. He also uses it kind of like a hand. And here he goes. He's going to show us his other little claw. Nope, he's like, nope, I'm going back in. Let's pull out our younger friend. She's more friendly. And do you see how she's a lighter color? So I think that she just molted recently. So molting is the shedding of the exoskeleton so that the animal can grow. So she will get darker. So I'm gonna be very careful with her just in case. Now you see here, let me get out my little pin. You see this little claw right here? That little claw? Whoops, sorry friend, didn't mean to scare you. So that little claw is also used like a hand. So they do have two claws. Okay, let's bring back our big friend here. Okay, check out this guy. Do you see those bumps all over his legs? So we've talked about setae on some of the other arthropods we've looked at, like the tarantulas are very hairy, and those are called setae, or super hairs is what I call them. So that is the setae of the hermit crab. But they do have actual little hairs too. But those bumps help them to feel and to smell. Super cool. Now, what about this shell? Where do they get this shell from? Do they make this shell themselves? No. These are shells from things like sea snails. And when the sea snail dies, it leaves this awesome shell left over. And so these hermit crabs find those shells and move right in. And let me tell you, this shell that this hermit crab is wearing is very heavy. Would you be able to carry your house on your back? No way. I would never be able to carry my house on my back. So now, what happens when the hermit crab grows? When it gets bigger, it needs a new shell. See this guy right here? This is a new shell for him because he grew, and so he needed a bigger shell. So he's going to find a bigger shell, and he's going to come out of his old shell and move into a new shell. And it's really funny because sometimes in the wild, you will see hermit crabs lined up all different sizes. So it'd be kind of like this. And they're waiting for the other one to leave their shell. So this one would leave its shell. This one would move into that shell. And then this one would move into this shell. It's like a hermit crab shell change train. It's fantastic. Now look at this guy. He's just gonna crawl right over. Hermit crabs are very good climbers. They like to climb. And also, you know what? These are land crabs, which mean they live on the land, but they also need salt water. They have to have access to salt water and fresh water. Did you know that there's over 600 species or kinds of hermit crabs? That is a lot. That is a lot of hermit crabs. And what do these guys eat? Well, these are scavengers, which means they eat anything that they can find. So they would eat dead animals, they would eat seaweed, or any sorts of fruits that they find along the beach, like coconuts, or how about chocolate? Do you think these guys like chocolate? They do like chocolate. So chocolate grows from a seed, and it's a tropical plant. And so these guys will actually, it's called coca. And so these guys will actually snap open those pods that have the chocolate inside of them. It's not like the chocolate that you and I get from the store. It's pure, it's much different. So they crack those open and they eat those. There are also hermit crabs that can crack open coconuts. Can you believe that? That is so cool. Look, now they're all walking around. Now, what if you want to have a hermit crab for a pet? So hermit crabs are actually very difficult to take care of. They need a lot of space with a lot of sand. So our hermit crab enclosure is, I don't know how many gallons that is. It's really big. It's really, really big. And we have about, how much is that? How much sand do we have in there? There's about 6 inches of sand and soil that is in there. that way they can burrow. So they bury themselves down in there. They need to be able to do that to molt or shed that exoskeleton, and also just to hide or chill out. And they like friends. So the hermit crabs don't like to be alone. They want to have more than one. So the more you have, the bigger the enclosure you need, which is why we have a giant one. They also need to make sure that they're having salt water and fresh water. And they need a varied diet. So we feed them lots of different fruits and vegetables. We feed them bird seeds. We feed them peanut butter and honey and insects. We feed them lots of different things. So almost anything, like this guy is just not wanting to come out at all. You see, he hasn't moved at all. And he's much smaller. I was hoping that he would come out. He also just took on this shell. So they've been moving all over the place since we've had our break. But hermit crabs, they are very fun. But some of them do not have very good personalities. So yes, these animals have personalities. They act different than each other. So you could have one hermit crab that's super, super nice and runs around all over the place and never pinches. Or you could have one that never moves and never comes out of its shell. Or you could have one that is super not nice and likes to pinch. So I do get these from all over the place, but we have a pet store here in Ames, and I always like to go and check out what they have, and I always end up buying all the tarantulas they have. The last time I went, they had some whip spiders, and then I always pick out some hermit crabs, and that's because I just don't want them to go to a home where they don't know how to take care of them. So if you want to get a pet hermit crab and you need help learning how to take care of them, you just let me know. You send me a message and I will point you in the right direction on where you can find out how to take care of hermit crabs. They can live a very long time if you are taking care of them and giving them everything that they need. So in our enclosure, our hermit crab enclosure, we have so many things for them to play on and hide under and climb on. It's super fun. And we just got a new enclosure that has a lid that actually snaps shut. Before we had that, we had one that just sat on top of it, and they would escape all the time. So you have to be very careful on what you are putting your hermit crabs in. Okay, so those are our hermit crab friends. Let's say goodbye. Let's see if he wants to come out. Let's come out and say goodbye. Little antennae are coming. Let's see. You gonna come out, my friend? There it comes. Say bye. Goodbye, my friends. Bye-bye. All right. And our big guy's probably not, baby. You gonna come out? This guy's definitely not gonna come out. He's like, no way, dude. No way. Bye-bye. There he comes. Ah, look at those eyes. I just love their eyes. Okay, goodbye, friends. All right, so hermit crabs, not an insect. They are a decapod. They're very closely related to crabs that you eat. I would not suggest eating a hermit crab. Okay, now we're gonna look at some millipedes, and I have 3 different kinds or species of millipedes. We're gonna start with this little guy. So this is a bumblebee millipede, and it is a tropical species that was introduced to the United States through tropical plants that are imported or brought in for people to buy and put into their houses. So it has become established in places like Florida and other places that are really warm, but they don't cause any harm. So millipedes are very important. They are decomposers. they eat dead, rotting stuff. So they eat all that good, dead organic material like dead trees or dead leaves, and then it works its way through its body, and then when they poop, it is vitamins for the earth. Now, this bumblebee millipede is called that because it is black and yellow striped. So it looks like a bumblebee. Now, this guy is pretty little. He can get bigger than what he is right now. And so we're going to look at a bigger one. Look at his legs move. Isn't that cool? You see him move in a wave? Let's look closely. Can you see those little tiny legs move? We're going to look at a bigger one, and then we're going to be able to see those legs better and talk more about it. Look, here is a bigger bumblebee millipede. So millipedes go through a gradual metamorphosis. So they grow gradually, just like a cockroach, just like our hermit crabs. They grow gradually. So each time they molt or shed their exoskeleton, they look the same, but they're just bigger. So you see these two right here, they look the same, but this one is older than this one over here. Let's see if we can see his cute little face, because their faces are so cute. Come on, friend. He thinks my finger is a carrot. Nope, he's not gonna let us see his face. Okay, I forgot to open up this door here. Okay, guess what? I have another millipede I want to show you. This one is a millipede that you can find in the United States. So this millipede is a native species. I call it a brown millipede. There's not really any good names for millipedes. But did you know that there's over 7,000 species or kinds of millipedes? And they are found everywhere, except for like Antarctica. They're not found in Antarctica. So let's look at this millipede's legs. Okay, can you check that out? Now, first, do you see how the body is made of rings? Those rings are called segments. And for each segment, a millipede will have 4 legs. Look at those legs. He's waving at you. He's like, hey. Hey, bug lovers. So for a millipede to count its legs, all you have to do is count those segments or sections and multiply it by 4. They have a lot of legs. Can anybody guess how many legs this millipede has? Now they also have 2 antennae. Let's see if we can get him to show us his antennae. There they are. Look at those little antennae. He's smelling me right now, trying to figure out if I'm a carrot that he can eat. Now watch his legs. Am I cutting out here? It keeps giving me a connection sign. If that is happening, I'm going to reconnect to something else. I don't know what else. We have no IT here, so I can't ask for help. Okay, so how many legs do you think this millipede has? Can you take a guess? Well, that was crazy. Sorry, guys. What else are we going to talk about millipedes? Oh, I know. So millipedes, they have... Let me see if I can get this one to do it. Are you going to do it? Nope. He's like, you don't fool me. I know you're not going to eat me. Okay, let's bring out this other guy because I know he will do it. So millipedes are not poisonous, but they do let out a liquid from the sides of their body. Okay, this is There's lots of names for this one. I call it a desert millipede because it is found in the deserts of the United States. You can also call it a golden millipede. It's one of the largest millipedes found in North America. They get much, much bigger than this one is right here. And if you were here right now, I would ask you to smell this millipede. Here's why. So as soon as I pick this millipede up, let's see if we can get in close here. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, you see there's little dots. Can you see those little dots? Now watch those little dots. If I rub the body, looks like those dots are getting bigger, but actually there's liquid coming from those dots. Can you see those little dots of liquid? Oh, look, there's big dots of liquid right there and right there. Now if I wipe that, look at that. Now look at my finger. You see it's yellow? I'm gonna smell it. Oh man, that smells bad. So this is a defense. So when the millipedes feel threatened or like they're gonna be eaten, they will let out this yellow liquid. And it's a chemical called a benzoquinine. Now that's a big word, but it is just a chemical that smells and tastes bad. Now, I am not gonna taste it, and if you were here, I would not let you taste it, but I would ask you to smell it. Now, this benzoquinine, it actually is gonna turn my skin purple. So I'm gonna leave this on my finger so that in a few minutes, you will be able to see that it is purple. Now, there is a species of millipede that is sometimes called a yellow spotted millipede, and those millipedes are poisonous. They secrete a cyanide that kind of smells like almonds, which cyanide, my friends, is a poison. But those millipedes that secrete that cyanide, they don't secrete or let out enough of it to actually kill a human. But if you licked enough millipedes, it would make you very, very sick. Hey, my friends, don't lick millipedes, okay? Especially if they taste or if they smell like almonds. Now, this benzoquinine that these millipedes secrete, there are some animals who use that. So there are animals who rub millipedes all over their body so that they can get this yellow stuff all over their fur. Why would they do that? Well, this benzoquinine is a natural insecticide, which means it keeps away bugs. So the millipedes, or the animals like lemurs, they rub the millipedes on their body to keep away things like lice and fleas and ticks and mosquitoes. So if you're ever out in the wild and you don't have bug spray, you can just rub millipedes on your body and it'll be fine. Okay, I'm just joking. I really don't suggest rubbing millipedes on your body for bug spray. All right, so that is our millipede friend. Okay, let me see if I can find my centipede here. I want to talk about a centipede. And when we did our bug hunt yesterday, we found some of these centipedes. And that's what I'm going to show you today. But it looks like they got away. So now they're in this soil somewhere. And I'm not going to be able to find them because they decided that they don't want to be seen. Where did you go, my friends? It's very hard to train these animals to stay in one place. If you ever learn how to do that, you just let me know, okay? Okay, instead, we're gonna look at a bigger centipede, okay? So let me just get this over here. And I'm gonna take my camera. We're gonna put it right on here. Here, we're gonna open this lid. Okay, check out this centipede right here. So this is a centipede from the United States. It is a Scolopendra species. So it's a Scolopendra, that's the genus. So that's the first name, that's a bigger group of animals. And then species is a smaller group of animals that are in that bigger group. So check this guy out. It's just a baby, it's gonna get bigger. And it looks like it has 2 heads, doesn't it? But it does not have 2 heads, it only has 1, but it's pretending to have 2 heads. Now, centipedes and millipedes are different, but they're also similar. So they're different because the millipedes had 4 legs per body segment, but if you look at the centipedes, you see their body also has those segments, but they only have 2 legs per body segment. Also, a centipede eats other animals. It is a predator, so it eats animals. A millipede is a decomposer. It eats dead, rotting stuff and makes important vitamins for our earth. Also, a centipede is venomous. Now remember, venom is a poison that is injected or put into you with fangs or a stinger. And this guy looks like he might have a stinger, but he doesn't. He has fangs, which, my friends, are actually legs. His front legs are actually venom claws. I'm going to come around here and see if he will let us look at his venom claws when he comes up to the window. Let's see. Come here. There you go. Come here. Almost. Look at that. Okay. Come on, do it again. Do it one more time. Right up here. There's a good shot of him. It's hard to see. We don't touch these because their bite hurts really bad. So let me see. Oh, now you're on the wrong side where I can't get over to that. Hello, friend. I want to see your venom claws. Maybe our next friend will let us see her venom claws. Let's look at another. Let's look at another one. We're going to set this right here on this millipede while I get another centipede. This one is also a Scolopendra species found in the deserts of the United States. Whoa, check her out. She is big, isn't she? Hello, friend. She's like, nope, not gonna move. Let me get some forceps here. Lay that out on that body there. Now, if you've tuned into my other lives, you know that I always... Where in the U.S. are these? So these are found... This species that we're looking at right now is found in primarily Arizona, so the Southwest desert. But there are Scolopendra species that are found in other parts of the United States. Not in Iowa. Come here, let me see your venom claws. Okay, so you see those, whoop, she's like, hey, hey. Ooh, maybe she'll eat. Do you want to see if we can feed her? Now she's really tall, really long, so she can actually climb out of that. Look how long she is. She has got to be like 12 inches. She's beautiful, isn't she? And she really likes water. Let me grab a cricket here. See if she'll want to eat a little cricket. Ooh, all we have are little crickets. Let's find a cockroach. How about that? Okay, how about you? All right, got a cockroach. Nice fat cockroach. Whoop, and she, of course, went away. We're gonna see if she wants to eat this cockroach. Look at her drinking water right now. That is so cute. Look at her. So her name is actually Agua, and it's because she loves water. She is always in her water bowl. Always. Let's see if maybe she wants to... Do you want to eat this? No, she's like... Do you want to eat? She seems like she's scared of it, doesn't she? Maybe she's just not hungry. Okay, well, we'll let that run around in there. Maybe you'll want to hunt it. Okay, we'll close you. All right, so why does this animal have a head that looks like the end of its body? What do you think? Well, it's because it is trying to fool Okay, so I have a question. Are there a lot of them or a rare sighting? Well, there are a lot of them, but they're hard to find. And wait, I want to show you something. You see my millipede here is trying to escape. That's why it's important to pay attention to everything. So they're hard to find. They live under rocks and under anything, basically. Last summer we went to Arizona and we were at a gas station and I moved, like there was something alongside the gas station. I don't even know. Oh, it was a cone. It was a construction cone that was just sitting off at the side. It was not being used for actual construction purposes. But I moved it and there was a Scolopendra centipede underneath it. So in the deserts, they're very common. They're everywhere. I always hear about people having them come into their homes, and I'm on a lot of Facebook groups for bugs, and people find them in their homes all the time. Okay, so here's why the head looks like the end of the abdomen. That is because they're trying to fool their prey, the animals that they eat, so they don't know which end is actually the head that is going to bite them. So you see those orange little things back there? Those are actually legs. So it's their last pair of legs, and they're made to look like their antennae, which are on their head. So they will wave those legs, making it look like it's their head, and then they swoop around and bite them with their venom claws. And I was hoping that we could see her venom claws better. And you know, she kind of looks like she's gonna molt or shed her exoskeleton because she's super big, and when they want to molt, they are not going to eat. Oh, now you can see it. So you see this black line along her head there? That is one of her venom claws, and she has one on each side. Can you see those? So she pokes those into whatever she is going to eat, and then she injects venom on there. Oh my gosh, my friend. Oh, so you live in Arizona and your 8-year-old is wigging out. He said if he finds one of those in his house, he would die. That is super funny. Hey, my friend, if you find one of these in your house, just put a cup over it. Really fast, put a cup over it and then slide a piece of paper under it and flip it over and take it back outside. If you do it very carefully, it won't hurt you. Look, she's cleaning her antennae right now. She's like, oh, I had that disgusting cockroach on me. Now I must clean myself. So just like our hermit crabs, these guys totally have personalities. So she's definitely She's definitely a centipede that loves water. And she's not really aggressive, so she's not gonna really try to bite me. I'm gonna get this cockroach out of here, because if she is going to molt, then we don't want that to happen with a cockroach in there. So right now she's cleaning herself. She loves to be clean. She loves to be clean because that's how she tells what is going on. All right, hey friends, I have another centipede I want to show you, but I'm going to set this up right here real quick. Okay, last centipede, then we're going to talk about roly-polies. Okay, let me open this one up. Okay, this one is kind of fast. Under here. Whoa, check out this one. This is a Vietnamese centipede. It's another Scolopendra. This one is found in Asia. And I have to be ready to put the lid right back on if she decides that she wants to start to climb up. Look how fat she is. And you can see she is totally a different color, than the last Scolopendra. Did you know that there's about 3,000 species of centipedes on our planet? There could be more. There could be like 9,000, but we just haven't found them yet, or they haven't been described yet. That's a lot of centipedes. They can be found everywhere, except Antarctica, but they are found in the Arctic Circle. Check her out. Isn't she super big? Whoa. Let's see if I can get her to move a little bit. So centipedes give live birth. That means that they give birth to little baby centipedes. They don't lay eggs. Oh, she's scared. She's like, oh, don't, please don't. See, most centipedes are not aggressive. They're not gonna like come after you. They just look very scary. Ooh, did you see that? Did you see how it, see? It's making this look like its head. It is not its head, but it's scared and it's trying to protect itself right now, and its actual head is over there. That was great. What a great sign of, or show of a defense. All right, we're gonna put her away. And now I wanna show you roly-polies. So if you joined us for a bug hunt yesterday, I made a very big mistake and I said that roly-polies have 10 legs. My friends, I never like to give wrong information. Roly-polies do not have 10 legs. So roly-polies are related more closely to crabs. They are an isopod, but they fall under crustacea, and so do crabs. So our hermit crab friend is also crustacea. And so they have 2 pairs of antennae, just like the crabs. Focus in there, there we go. And they have 14 legs. We can't see those legs very well. There we go, you can see them better. I'm being very careful when I hold my roly-poly like this. And do you know how they breathe? They don't breathe like insects. Instead, they have something on the end of their bodies right here that they breathe through, a little appendage. Now, they'll roll up in a ball whenever they feel scared. And when they have babies, they hold their babies right where their legs are. They hold it on the underside of the body. That's where their babies live until they're big enough to go start walking around on their own. Roly-polies, guess what? Can be found everywhere. There are isopods in the on land, in the sea, in the oceans, and in fresh water. Can you believe that? And there's over 10,000 species or kinds of roly-polies. What I'd really like to have is one of the giant isopods. They are so big. They're like this big. Now, let's let this guy run around over here. And I'm going to show you some little baby roly-polies, if we can see them on the camera. Where did you guys go, my little friends? So roly-polies are very important because they are also decomposers. They eat dead, rotting wood and dead leaves. And you know what? They'll also eat cement. What? But that's not like, they can't eat your whole driveway. They're not going to eat your entire driveway, I promise. Come back here, my friend. Ooh. You can also call roly-polies pill bugs. And now I can't find my little babies that I was going to show you. We had some little tiny babies on here. Oh, our friend is struggling. Let's help him. And I wanted to show you them because they're so cute. And they're right. Oh, there's one. Look at that little baby right there. Do you see how lightly colored it is? Can you even see that? Here, I'm going to put my big friend back in the container because it's going to get away. There it is. Can you see that little baby? Isn't it so cute? So roly-polies do live as a family. So if you decide to take a roly-poly away from its home, please make sure you bring it home before it gets dark. They cannot live without their family. So it's very important that we let the roly-polies stay together. So if you joined us for our live yesterday, you would have seen my kids collecting roly-polies. So I let them play with them for the day, and then before it gets dark, they go outside and they put them back where they were. Now there's something else on this log I want to show you if you can see it. Where did one go? I just saw a bunch of them. Here, I'm going to break this open. There we go. Now you might see these little tiny white things crawling around. Can you see those little tiny white things? Those are called springtails. Also, their like scientific name is Columbella. And they are a hexapod, so they have 6 legs. And they're one of the most simple insects. Oh, look at this little tiny baby one right here. Let's see if we can see him. Can you see him? Come here. Move some of the dirt out of the way. Do you see that little baby roly-poly? Oh, it's so cute, isn't it? It is just so cute. It's right there, right where my fingernail is. Right there. It's so cute. I know it's little. Okay, so those springtails, those little white things that you saw running around, those also are decomposers, but they eat really, really tiny microscopic things like fungus and even smaller things. Oh, wow, did you see that centipede crawl out of there? That's the centipede I was looking for. Where'd you go, my friend? There he is. Look at him, he's fast. So these are little garden centipedes, and you can find these in your garden. We found some of these. Sorry, we're too close. It's not focusing. Where are you? You're on the wood. He's the same color as these. Are fast, aren't they? So these, we found these yesterday during our bug hunt. You will find these all over the place, and these cannot hurt you. They are a predator, and they look like a mini Scolopendra centipede, those ones that we just looked at, but they totally cannot hurt you, and they do get much bigger than this, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in length. Where are you going to go? He's like, I don't know what I'm on. What is this thing? All right, there's our little centipede. Okay, where did the centipede go? There it is. Oh, Mel, hi. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that your daughter is loving this. Okay, so now I've totally destroyed that piece of rotting wood. But look, do you see that little baby roly-poly right there? Isn't it so cute? I love them. Love them so much. All right. Hey, guess what, friends? That is everything that we are going to look at today. Now, Friday, we are going to do cockroach races and roach pulls. Okay, so for Friday at 10 a.m., we're gonna do cockroach races and roach pulls. And to do that, I need something from you. So on Friday, when you come on to the live, put in a comment, make a comment and say how much you weigh and how tall you are. So I'll make this announcement on Friday also, but I need to know how much do you weigh and how tall you are. And that's because we're gonna calculate how fast you could run if you could run as fast as a cockroach. And we're also gonna calculate how much could you pull if you could pull as much as a cockroach. It's gonna be fun. So, my friends, oh, Amelia, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad that you are with us today. Now, okay, this is all we're gonna do today, but a couple more things. So, if you want an Insect Zoo t-shirt, let me know. Send me a message and I will check out what sizes we have. And we do have youth and adult sizes. And I will get back to you. So shirts are $10 a piece. I'll split the shipping with you, so it'll be $2 for shipping for you. What else? Check out our ant cam. So we have a live webcam of our honey pot ants. Make sure you're sharing our videos so that everybody in the world can learn about some bugs. And if you go to our Facebook page, make sure you give it a like. And all of our videos that we've done are on there. And I am posting these videos on YouTube and our website. So if you know someone who does not have Facebook that wants to see our videos, or you think should see our videos, go to our Facebook page and or go to our website or our YouTube channel, and I will post both of those things on our Facebook page so you can share those with the world. All right, my friends, thank you so very much. Go forth and love the bugs.